Okay, this worksheet is the worksheet on solving equations and inequalities. Um, so here we go. The first question, guys, the best way to do this question is to actually take the answers and plug them in and use your calculator. Like, for example, I'm going to plug in 8.25. So this becomes 7/3 times 8.25 plus 9 over 28, and all this has to equal 20. And then I'm going to go 7/3 times, go to the next number, 8.89, plus 9 over 28 has to equal 20. All right? And it's all of them. I'll go to choice 3. 7/3 if I need to. 19.25, that's what x is, plus 9 over 28, that has to equal 20. And then finally 7/3 of what? 44.92 plus 9 over 28 has to be 20. So that's what we're going to take a look at. Now, so you can probably use some common sense and rule some of the answers out, but I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to go to the calculator, okay? So I'm going to turn the calculator on. All right, so here we go. 7 divided by 3, open up a set of parentheses. Actually, what I'll do is I'm going to put 7/3. Any fraction you should always put in parentheses. So 7/3. Now I'm going to open up a set of parentheses, and I'm going to go 8.25 plus, I'm going to put 9 over 28, 9 divided by 28 in parentheses. All right, I'm going to close the first set of parentheses. All right, and that's it, right? And if I hit enter and I get 20, I know choice 1 is my answer. I get 20. So here we go. Choice 1 is the answer right here, 8.25. All right, that's it. Next one. Solving for this one. See if I'm in the frame. I am. All right, so I'm going to bring it over here so you can see it. 7 minus 2/3 x is less than x minus 8. All right, so I have x's on both sides. So I'm going to try to get the x's together. So I'm going to add 2/3 x to both sides. All right. So I'm going to have 7 on the left side. There's my less than sign. These two pieces will cancel. So now I have to add these two fractions. So the number in front of here is a 1. So I have to go 1 plus 2/3. Well, remember, 1 can be written as 3 over 3. So altogether that's 5/3. So I'm going to have 5/3 x minus 8. I want to get the x by itself, so I'm going to add 8 to both sides. So I'm going to get 15 is equal to 5/3 x. And I'm going to bring that over here so we can see it. 15 is equal to 5/3 x. You good? Yep. So what I'm going to do now is, if you have a fraction that's in front of x, you can multiply both sides by the reciprocal of that fraction. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 3/5. The 3's cancel and the 5's cancel. Oh, and by the way, it's not equals, it's still less than. Okay, there you go. All right. I'm going to multiply both sides by 5/3, so that cancels. I get x. That's a greater than sign now, reading it from x's standpoint. And then I'm going to cancel here. 5 goes into 15 3 times, and 3 times 3 is 9. So I get x is greater than 9. Again, look, it's open on the x side. Here it's pointing to the x. That's not the same answer. None of these are. So it's x is greater than 9, choice 1. Please be careful not to make that mistake. Number 3. Number 3 is where you're solving, and also 4, you're solving for variables in terms of other variables. So here's the formula. V is equal to pi r squared h. The positive value of r. I'm looking for r to get r by itself. Well, the first thing I notice is that pi and h are timesing r, or multiplying r. So I'm going to divide both sides by that. So that's going to get me v over pi r is equal to pi h is equal to r squared. How do we get r by itself when r is being squared? What we want to do is we want to do that inverse operation, so we want to square root. So I'm going to square root here. So r is going to equal the square root of v over pi h. Once you know the square root is going to be part of the answer, you can get rid of the choices that don't have that. And then you have to have a fraction in your answer, so it's going to be choice 1. Okay? And then question number 4. Question number 4, same thing. We have v is equal to 1/3 pi r squared h. Solve for r. They want to know which expression. All right, so what I want to do is I want to get rid of all of this. So this is going to be interesting now because I need to divide by, I'm going to divide by pi and h. So divide this side by pi and h. So they're going to go away. And I'm left with v over pi h is equal to 1/3 r squared. Well, how do I get rid of the 1/3? Well, I can multiply by 3. So I multiply by 3. That's going to get me 3v over pi h is equal to r squared. And then how do I get r squared? To become r, I square root. So r is going to equal the square root of 3v over pi h. So 3v over pi h. 3v over pi h, this looks good. Choice 1. Okay? I flip to the back. Make sure we're set up. Here we go. Question number 5. Question says, what is the value of x? What is the value of x in the equation? Again, you can plug in, if you want, all of these numbers to see what you're going to have, which is fine. Or you can try to solve for that number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to solve for it. I'm going to show you what we do. We're going to subtract, show algebraically what we do. I'm going to subtract the 1/6 first. So I get x minus 2 over 3 is equal to 5/6 minus 1/6 is 4/6. Guys, this is called a proportion. We cross multiply. So I get 6 times x minus 2, please write it that way because it's going to have to distribute, is equal to 3 times 4, which is 12. I distribute. 6 times x is 6x. 6 times 2 is minus 12 is equal to 12. Add 12 to both sides. You can see where this is going now. This should be easy. 6x equals 24. Divide by 6. X equal to 4. Choice 1. Okay. Question number 6. Question number 6 says, which system of equations has the same solution as the system below? All right. The best thing you can do with this is start to set it up as if you're going to solve for this. You have two systems of equations. You have x's lined up right on top of each other with the constants. So you want to try to set up the elimination method. Well, the elimination method says if I had a 2 in front of this y and I add up the two equations since they have different signs, I would eliminate the y's. So I'm going to leave the first equation alone. 2x plus 2y is equal to 16. Okay. The second equation, I'm going to try to get a 2 in front. So I'm going to multiply it by 2. So 2 times 3x is 6x. 2 times a negative y is a minus 2y. And 2 times 4 is equal to 8. If I add up these two equations, the y's are going to cancel. They're not asking you to do that. They're asking you which pair. So I want to take a look at 2x plus 2y equals 16. 2x plus 2y equals 16. 6x minus 2y is equal to 8. 6x minus 2y is equal to 4. So this is no good. 2x plus 2y is equal to 16. 6x minus 2y is equal to 8. This is what I wanted. Choice 2. Okay. We'll end it there.